Another question that is often asked is what exactly is assessed in an evaluation? Now, I kind of have a way of making complicated things not so complicated. You have your local highway systems, let's say your county highways, that are very tightly bundled, take care of particular responsibilities and duties. Now those local highway systems are connected by a larger network of systems. You can call that the state highway system. The state highway system connects the smaller bundles with faraway bundles, makes them work kind of together in harmony. And then you have another system that's even broader, which you could think of as your interstate systems. They connect brain regions that are very far apart. So what has to happen for a brain to be functioning smoothly when placed in the real world and having to manage particular demands is all of the different systems, you could say buckets, that each have their own county highway system, have to be working efficiently. Then those buckets have to be integrated with nearby systems where, for example, the state highway system would be a good metaphor. And then systems that are very far apart have to be communicating with each other over great distances across the brain, and you could think of those as the interstate highway systems. So in an evaluation, you first have to look at each local highway system and the integrity of each local highway system. Maybe you could even say each county. I was going to say each bucket, but you could say each county. Now, each county is really located in a different area of the brain, and as the brain goes from back to front and from bottom to top, things get more and more complicated and more integrated. But at the basic levels, you have a bucket or a county or a system of networks that's responsible for sensory motor control, movement through space. Now, movement through space is not just isolated to one bucket, but it's influenced by other buckets. So for example, the motor system is initially influenced by your ability to manage balance and understand the place of your body in space, which would be, for example, your cerebellum. And then motor movements that happen, like my hand movement right here, gestures, walking, movement through space. There's another part of your brain that manages the sequential movement of familiar motions. That's called the basal ganglia. Now, when you have to change your plan and bring motor movements that are not natural, that are requested by your brain, you bring in the more frontal systems of the motor cortex and the premotor cortex, but those systems have to be influenced a little bit by the ability to understand space. So your visual spatial part of your brain gets involved. So initially the bucket is the core areas associated with the motor system, but they're influenced by other systems, I guess is the bottom word here. And when the sensory motor system bucket has been checked, and we know everything's okay or not okay with that system, we go over to look at another system.